Hi there, this is Shannon with Chic and Sassy Nails by Shannon. I am just hopping on quick to do a Valentine's mani. Probably my last Valentine's mani since Valentine's is in a few days here. But we'll see how my schedule goes. And we're starting with Purrfect Match, which is the raspberry red fuchsia ombre. And I was going to show you real quick. It has the white backing, so it's not very sheer. Let's see here. I'm trying to see how my lighting looks as I'm doing this. So this set goes from the red to this fuchsia pink, and it's hard to tell, especially like in pictures and even in video, I think, because red and pink are the same. It's just tints and shades. It's just the lighter and the darker, so it kind of just looks like the red is like the shadow. So it's a super pretty set though. I don't usually go crazy bright like this, but I do like it. I have bright pink hair, so this does match my color hair quite a bit. It's probably not this bright, but I love this bright pink and red, so I'm definitely open to doing this. So I'm pairing this with, so I'm going to be doing the Purrfect Match, like P-U-U, or P-U-R-R, perfect, like a cat. Purrs. I think I cut that a little short. Oh, you know what I should have done is I should have got two of these out and doubled these for longevity. If you double the sets, it helps them last a little bit longer. But I might just throw a gel top coat on top of it, or a thicker top coat on instead. We'll see. Do I want to open up and do doubles? I didn't plan that very well, which is not surprising. It does kind of bug me that I cut it short on the very end. I can just file that off, which I might have to do. Maybe I won't put double, because maybe I'll just take them off faster. I need to get better about changing my nails more often, because I tend to go longer than I want to. So I struggle with keeping my nails on, wanting to keep them on. Oh, this is a little bit sheer. See that set? Oh, I should have layered that underneath. Alright, maybe I'm going to... maybe I'm not going to. I could have totally layered. I forgot that this was a little sheer. I did see that, I think Stacy posted about it. But I think I'm going to leave it, because I already have my sets pulled and stuff. Alright, so this is Downtown Romance. This was a throwback vintage set, I believe from 2018, possibly 17. But I don't know. It was 2018. So I had never had this one before, so I was excited to try it. And I like pairing it with that. I'm doing a different accent nail, because why not, on my other middle finger. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, that's okay. I was gonna do this on my middle and do a different accent nail. But it's okay because I've already done it. And it's not really going to make a big difference. Okay, anyway. So Purrfect match with Downtown Romance, and then my other fingernail, my other accent is going to be 2 glitter dips. It's going to be Over the Moon with, I was going to do confetti, but I had leftover Love Shack, which is retired, but the substitute would be confetti because that's still on the site. But I know both of these are back on the website as of today as part of the buy one get one deal. So Downtown Romance was off the site for a hot minute, but it is back. So maybe I'll do this and then I'll do my middle finger. If I remember, I wanted to pick up a little bit where I left off. Last time I started, I have such a hard time following through with an actual story as I do my nails because I get very distracted. And when I'm trying to concentrate on my nails too, I tend to kind of go off on other tangents. But I did talk a little bit about how I felt my friend got me into Color Street because she had a party and then she became a stylist, or she announced during the party that she was a stylist, and then she and I purchased a buy 3 get 1 during her party, and then I agreed to host a party, be one of the first parties that she threw as a stylist, and my party did really well, and I said that's the only thing I regret is that I didn't become a stylist first before having that party, because I would have made that commission instead of her. So last time I did my mani too, I've been working on trying to square my nails a little bit, but I did cut them since my last mani, and I don't know if I did a very good job squaring them up, so I might have to refile a little bit after this. But so anyway, so I was gonna discuss a little bit the rest of my story because I have been working on figuring out a little bit with this business. They talk a lot about like why you want to have a business and figuring out your why. So I spent some time, I've been writing and editing my why story. I did a post, I made a little movie video, like reel, I guess it's called a reel, that I shared, and I basically went over how, like, before we had kids, I worked in advertising. That's what I did. I went to art school, and then I worked in advertising right out of school, and I did that, and it was really fun, and I really liked it. But I decided I was in the creative side. I was in paste up is what we called it. But basically I worked for all the creatives and helped make like presentation boards and all that stuff. But it was late hours because we were there late. If we had a presentation the next day, all the boards had to be finished, and it was always the last part of the of presenting a campaign. Was the creatives and the copywriters and stuff would spend the time coming up with the ideas, and then the graphic designers had to come up with the art, and then I got it last and had to come up with the board that we presented it on. It wasn't digital at that point. That makes me seem really old, but whatever. And then so it was just a lot of late nights. So before we had kids, we decided that if we could, as long as we could, I would stay home with the baby, and I was able to do that through 2 kids, basically. Well, until I got a part-time job after 5 years of staying home full-time, and then my youngest was 1 at the time, but I worked weekends, so I still didn't have to, like, we didn't have to do daycare or anything. I just worked part-time on the weekends, and then that transitioned into working part-time from home in the evenings. And then when my youngest was about 5 and going into kindergarten, I was really realizing, you get to that point where, like, okay, I've been home for this long. Now what, when they're both in school, then what do I do? Like, wasn't quite jumping in on going back to work full time, because then it's like they were still little. So then what do we do in the summers and on weekend, and then on, like, days off, and kids, anytime kids are sick, it was still my job, I guess, to take care of them. So I'm gonna throw over the moon on this middle finger, which is a clear overlay with the white glitter. Oops, that ripped funny. Ugh, okay, so the one thing I started doing when my daughter went to kindergarten is I found a gym that I liked. My husband had done. It was called Farrell's, and it was a 10-week program that he did. It was basically like a competition. You could win $1,000, and it was kickboxing 3 days a week, and resistance band strength training three days a week, like the other 3 days, and then you had Sundays off. And it was a nutrition program, and we were all gung-ho, and he did that first, and he actually won his session, and then I did it the next session, and we became friends with the owners, and then I got second place, and then I eventually became an instructor there, and I worked there up until COVID. And then I was trying to work out from home during COVID, and then eventually fell off of doing that. And then, let's see if this is long enough. Hold on. And then I went back. Oh yeah, this is long enough. I went back to the gym then in 2000. So I took off, how did I do that? I must have gone back in 2021. Yeah, because it was about 1.5 years. And then I ended up, I was taking a little break this past fall, which was 2022, and then during that time that I was taking a break, I was just getting so busy with work and photography stuff in the fall, and then Color Street and all the whole mom thing, that I wasn't keeping up. I was getting too stressed out, so I took a break, because I worked out every morning, and it just, by the time I got home, it was like lunchtime. So then during the time I was taking off, they announced that they ended up closing the 2 gyms that they owned. So they tried to sell, and it didn't work out. So they ended up closing. So now I haven't gone back. I haven't gone back to the gym since like October, and I need to get back. But I am enjoying having the extra time. I'm trying to be more productive during the day, which of course gets interrupted by the dogs and the laundry and the groceries and the kids needing to go to appointments. But that is the one thing that I am super happy that I found Color Street. So the timing was right, because I was doing the gym and instructing at the gym, and then I was working part-time in the evenings for my photography job, and then Color Street came into my life, and then I was still able to do that. I was able to kind of add that in the mix. So I've been working on that in between the gym and in between the kids stuff, and then my other job I do at night, and then I do Color Street before or after that, just depending. Usually after and before, actually. I kind of spend lots of all the little pockets of time in between all the other stuff doing Color Street. So it has worked out well, and then it has allowed me to still be at home and be flexible with my time, so I can do all the kid stuff and the adulting stuff, which is never the most fun. And then more recently, as I've been doing better and growing the business, I've been able to help save up money for, I'm more able to now help pay the bills, some of the bills, and help. I'm the money that we save then, so we can do vacations and do extra fun activities and pay for all the extra gifts and stuff, which is nice. So it's a little bit, oh, look at that. I hope it's not too much to do the two different accent nails. I kind of always like to do mixed manis, so I liked both of these looks, so I'm hoping they look good together. I usually have to give it a minute. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So, and then I gotta do my thumbs. So let me put these back. So I have been super excited. This has been like, so it's only February, and I have found out all the stuff this year that I get to do. So we had COVID over Christmas, so our Christmas was kind of sad because we had to quarantine. So I planned a little mini vacation over spring break because we weren't planning on going anywhere. For my daughter's birthday. So both my kids and my birthday are in March. And then our spring break is the end of March, beginning of April. Actually, it's the beginning of April this year. So we, like I said, we weren't doing anything for spring break. So and Hamilton was coming to town, which I wanted to see. And I liked we watched like the Disney Hamilton, the recording of the Broadway performance. So but it is coming to town, so we wanted to, oh wait, if I do that, it's going to be opposite. Sorry, I want to do the same. So I got tickets for my oldest daughter's birthday, and then she can bring a couple friends, and then I'm going to take them, because I wanted to go, but, kind of forgetting. Well, I knew it was spring break, but didn't realize like some of her close friends were going to be out of town because it's spring break. So, but a couple of her friends are in town, so it worked out fine. But we are doing that. But then I tried to plan. This is gonna be too short, isn't it? Yes. All right. That's why I have two thumbs out here. But I did plan. So after the next day after Hamilton, we're gonna take a quick little mini vacation. So anyway, but then I got invited to do a mentorship group with my my upline leader, Julie. She's like the head of our big team. She's I don't know which executive director. She's up there, but she is we're doing like a 3-month mentorship with her, and then it's ending with a retreat at her house. She has this new house she built, little new dream house that they built. And so hold on, I can't even tell, all the red is on that, so I gotta do this opposite. Okay, and then So then I'm going to be flying down to her place in Texas for a couple, I think it's a 3-night thing, retreat. And then I just found out today that, well, I found out last week, I think it was, that, did I do this right? That they're changing our requirements for our incentive trip this year so more people could go. And so then by changing the requirements, I had already had enough points to go, so I get to go to the incentive trip, and that's to Jamaica. That's not till the fall, but that's a four-night stay, I think. And I can bring my husband. Well, I could bring a guest, but it's going to be my husband. And then, unless he can't get out of work or something. But, so I found out I earned that. This is the first time I get to do like an incentive trip. But then today they announced that they are having a new incentive program, a new trip, and they're having, it's, what do they call it? Unite to Ignite or something like that. But it's a invitation, home office invitational is what they call it. So they are inviting the top 25 sales performers each month, and then they're going to do 3 months. So they're going to do it quarterly trips to the home office. So I just earned, they announced it today, and I was in the first group for January that earned the trip. That we'll get to go to home office for like a 2-day visit. Well, it's 3 days, 2 nights. So I'm super excited about that. I've never been. It's a brand new office in somewhere in New Jersey. I've never been actually out east anywhere besides a layover, I think. So there we go. I did Purrfect match with a little bit of accent of Downtown Romance and another accent nail with Over the Moon and Love Shack glitter dip. So pictures to come, but there you go. Thanks for joining me. You guys have a great evening. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.